Now we are going to tie a standard black nymph on a Jiri Klima Droplet jungle cock nymph hook. Now this is a very easy fly to tie and a real good all-round catcher. Now to start off with, we're going to bed the rear of that hook shank with tying thread. Just trim the excess as close as I can. Continue with that thread to the bend of the hook and back again. The tail of this fly we will be using black cock hackle, just a few strands as you can see. We pinch and loop. Now the pinch and loop method, we've pinched the material in our thumb and forefinger, in our left hand if we are right handed. We bring the thread up as you can see, slide that thread, and this is where the pinch comes through. You can see I'm actually pinching that thread, bring it down, and we've actually looped that thread over. Now that ensures that that tail will be actually situated on top of our fly. Just going to trim the excess as you can see. Now taking a heavier pair of scissors, I'm going to trim a small piece of fine silver wire. Now we can pinch and loop the wire, or we can just lay it to the side. Now you'll notice the wire itself, I have left the end of the wire really close up to the body of the droplet. That is so we've got a nice even bed all along the fly. Continue to bed the fly with thread. Now the body of the fly, we're going to be using dubbed seal's fur substitute. To dub the body, we take fly tying wax, rub some wax on our thread, take a small amount of seal's fur substitute, and again using our thumb and forefinger, you can see I'm just twisting that seal's fur substitute around the thread, and that's effectively giving us a tube of dubbed thread. I'm now going to wrap that thread away from me down the body of the fly. Now you can see how important getting an even base to that fly is. Pull any excess, dubbing backwards, and because we have put that dubbed thread away from us in that direction, we now take our wire and wrap that wire around the body in equidistant turns back towards the droplet. Tie the wire in. I prefer to use heavier scissors to trim wire rather than twist. The choice is yours. Now as you can see here, we have a section of bare thread just here, and it doesn't look quite right with the rest of the body of the fly. So to cover that thread we need to do a dubbed whip finish. So I'm just going to use some fly ties wax again. Take a small amount of black seal's fur substitute, again thumb and forefinger. Take our whip finish tool and and we're actually, as you can see, going to whip finish using that dubbed thread. And can you see now how it's actually hiding our whip finish strands? Make sure it's good and tight. And trim the excess. Now we need to seal that bit of thread. I prefer to use a dubbing needle to apply my varnish. You can use a varnish applicator if you so wish. And you can see with the dubbing needle I'm just going to use the body of that painted jungle cock cheeks around, wipe any excess off, and that will now seal our fly. I want the fly to be buggy, but I also want it to be fairly streamlined, so I'm just taking any excess dubbing material. Obviously that will slim down whilst it's in the water also. For the hackle, I'm going to place the hackle here. It is going to be a hen black hackle. So again, sugar, a bit overzealous in the pressure. Bed the front, trim the excess. I've already prepared my hackle by stripping back some of the fibres to expose the centre of that fibre, of that feather. Again, pinch and loop, slide the feather to where we want the hackle to begin, 1 or 2 turns towards the eye, and now rotate that hackle away from us. And I find it easier if you just pull some of those fibres backwards as so. You need to just catch that hackle in. Cut our excess, and obviously where we've tied the hackle in itself. As so. And now I'm just going to pull and stroke the fibres of that hen hackle backwards. Yeah, and just give it a couple of turns to make a nice wee head, as so. Then take our whip finish tool. Once again I'll go through the process. On a whip finish tool we have two hooks, an upper and a lower. Put the thread over the 2 hooks, turn the whip finish away from you to make a triangle. A couple of neat turns and pull. I personally prefer to always double whip finish the heads of any of my flies if possible. And 3 turns usually suffices. And to finish the fly, we're just going to varnish the head, and once again using a dubbing needle which is going to seal our whip finishes. A very easy fly, and one that will catch both on rivers and still waters with lots and lots of movement.